Russian forces have not backed down in invading Ukraine since February of 2022, and because of Ukraine's unexpected defense and stronghold of some of their territory, Russia has started pulling out the big guns to finally conquer and denazify Ukraine. Many reports have pointed out that Russia is planning to send out Sukhoi Su57 in the battlefield to strengthen their air offense. But with Ukraine's sturdy defense, especially against air units, will the Su-57 even have an impact on the battlefield? In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the Sukhoi Su-57, how it compares to the United States F-14, which it was based on, and if it will have a lasting impact on the Russo-Ukrainian war. If you enjoy content like this, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video, as I appreciate all of your support. Current news: Su-57. As early as March 2022, there have been reports and sightings of Russia practice flying the Su-57. While no official statement by the Russian or Ukrainian armed forces confirms or denies the use of the Su-57 by the Russian troops, a source close to the operation reportedly said that there are 4 Su-57 fighter jets in the possession of the Russian army to identify and destroy Ukrainian air defense systems. This is backed up by a sighting of the fighter jet seen at the Berdychevsky Bridge near Zhytomyr, west of Kyiv, which was a common area attacked by Russians in early March. The Russian news agency of TASS, the largest Russian news agency owned by the government of Russia, has also picked up on this information as early as May 2022. While no official confirmation is found, it's more than likely that the Russian army indeed has a few Su-57 fighter jets in their hands, ready to fly to Ukraine and cripple their defense systems. History and development: the F-14 and Su-57. The Su-57 was made in response to the United States' Grumman F-14 Tomcat. Specifically, Su-57's predecessor, the Su-27, was designed to compete directly against the F-14 of the U.S. military. Su-57 is the 5th generation of the Sukhoi Su line of fighter jets, while the Su-27 is part of the 4th generation fighter jets of the Sukhoi Su line. The F-14 is an American supersonic, twin-engine, 2-seat, twin-tail fighter aircraft, initially designed for the United States Navy's Naval Fighter Experimental (VFX) program in the late 1960s. It was developed out of necessity to go against the jet bombers and submarines of the Soviet Union. The U.S. Navy was looking for a long-range defense aircraft that would fill in the same role as the Douglas F-6D Missileer, except better performing. At the same time, the hostilities in Vietnam grew more intense over time, and the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II was too slow to win any fights. The VFX program was then launched to address this problem, and eventually, McDonnell Douglas and Grumman won the contracts in December 1968. The first unit flew on December 21, 1970, and was officially introduced on September 22, 1974. The F-14 saw heavy operational use across multiple wars, such as the Vietnam War, the Cold War, the 1983 invasion of Grenada, the Persian Gulf War, and Operation Iraqi Freedom. The F-14 has seen great success in the battlefield, prompting rivals, such as then Soviet Union, to create an aircraft that can go against the F-14. The F-14 was effectively retired on September 22, 2006 by the United States Navy, though the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force still remain operators for the F-14 to this day. The Su-27 was created as a direct competitor against the Grumman F-14 Tomcat. The S-27 immediately started development after the Soviet Union gathered intel on the United States' plan on releasing a new aircraft. This made the Soviet Union realize that they needed to have a better balanced fighter with good agility and sophisticated systems, since they knew that the F-14 was a technological upgrade over all the current units they had. The S-27 was first flown on May 20th, 1977, but only entered operational use a decade later on June 22nd, 1985. The second most recent model Sukhoi fighter jet is the Su-57. The Sukhoi Su-57 is a twin-engine stealth multi-role fighter jet that only entered production in 2009. The competition in developing the Su-57 dates all the way back to 2001, where the Russian Ministry of Defense announced a competition that aims to replace both the Su-27 and the MiG-29. The ministry selected Sukhoi as the winner in 2002, and research and development were initiated the same year. The Su-57 would eventually see operational use on December 25, 2020, 10 years after its first flight on January 29, 2010. Because of its infancy, there are only 16 units built thus far, though Russia, who is currently the only operator of the Su-57, ordered 76 Su-57 units in total. Specifications and features: F-14 versus Su-57. Because the two fighter jets are direct rivals of one another, though one is the latest generation, comparison between the two is inevitable. To break it down, the F-14 and the Su-57 are similar in build, but the Su-57 is much lighter and obviously more powerful. The F-14 is almost 63 feet in terms of length and 16 feet in terms of height. Its wingspan totals 38 feet, with the total weight of the aircraft being almost 20,000 kilograms, or 43,735 pounds when empty. It's powered by two General Electric F-110 GE400 afterburning turbofans with 16,610 IBF thrust, each dry, and 28,200 IBF with afterburner. The F-14 needs a crew of two, a pilot and a radar intercept officer. On the other hand, the Su-57 has a length of 65 feet, a height of 15 feet, and a wingspan of 46 feet. The Su-57 is powered by two Saturn AL-41F1 afterburning turbofans with 19,900 IBF thrust each dry and 32,000 IBF with afterburner. In terms of performance, surprisingly, the F-14 outspeeds the Su-57, as the maximum speed of the F-14 can reach Mach 2.34 or 1,544 miles per hour, while the Su-57 can only reach Mach 2 or 1,327 miles per hour. In terms of weapons and avionics, the Su-57 has a better assortment and variety. The F-14 is equipped with a 20mm M61A1 Vulcan 6-barreled rotary cannon as its primary weapon, with 16 other hardpoints such as rockets, missiles, and bombs. The F-14 is also fitted with a Hughes AN APG-71 radar warning receiver, infrared tracker, and an inertial navigation system. This may pale in comparison to the Su-57's 30mm Grazev Shipnov GSH-30-1 autocannon primary weapon. An assortment of 12 hardpoints, 6 of which are internal hardpoints and the other 6 of which are external hardpoints. These include air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, and anti-radiation missiles, as well as guided and unguided bombs, and cluster bombs with active homing. The Su-57 is fitted with an SH-121 multifunctional integrated radio electronic system, MIRS, and 101 KS ATOL electro-optical targeting system for its avionics. Cost. Despite the two fighter jets being produced decades apart, the two are close in terms of pricing. The F-14, which is very rare and only sees use in Iran, with a price at $38 million, while the Su-57 is priced at around $42 million. This is a testament to how well the F-14 performs and stands the test of time, that its value still matches current generation fighter jets today. The future of the Su-57. It's all but confirmed that the Su-57 is in the Russian forces' hands, though we will have to wait until when they'll choose to let these units in the battlefield. The Su-57 are very competent fighter jets, and with more sightings of these fighter jets in the wild, Ukraine must prepare to counter the attacks of the Su-57 units. The good thing is that because the production of this unit is still in its infancy, there's only a few Su-57 units currently in the possession of Russia. What we are certain of is that we'll see more Su-57 units soon on the battlefield as supply of these fighter jets increases over time. Conclusion. Well, Ukraine's defense has been impressive so far. Will they be able to defend against the Su-57? Are these Su-57 jets a legitimate threat that they should focus resources on countering these units? Or should Ukraine focus their efforts elsewhere? Let me know your thoughts on these questions in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. Until next time.